From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's Friday, November 27th, and right now on Good Morning Indiana.
Kind of cool the way we laid it out to where, you're kind of changing sceneries as you go throughout the golf course.
With the warmer months coming to an end, a Westfield business keeping the doors open through the winter by offering a new experience. This morning, details on Birdies' new holiday mini golf course. And the pandemic isn't stopping some people from taking advantage of Black Friday deals. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live with a look at this year's lines and how businesses are keeping those in-store shoppers safe.
I just thank everybody for supporting me and what I believe in giving back.
It's the end of an era for a man behind one of Kokomo's most extravagant light displays and fundraisers. How the community is showing their appreciation for his dedication. Wow, look at those Christmas lights there. We are officially into the Christmas season. Raphael, I would say it is A-OK for anyone who hasn't put up their decorations yet to do so.
I'm just driving up to Howard County once this show is done. That is quite a sight there. Listen, the letter of the day is S for shopping, shop local, and Todd Closet, my snowblower is primed and ready for whatever you think you have for us on Monday. I'm just ready, Todd. I'm ready.
You've been talking about that snowblower since last winter.
Yeah, I didn't get to use it much.
Which I know it didn't get too much of a workout It didn't get too much of a workout last year. There may be the opportunity for the snow in the forecast on a Monday. Today, though, and through the weekend, we are going to be completely dry. That is the good news. A live look outside on this Friday morning, and we are in pretty good shape. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are sitting in the 40s right now. The wind is calm, so not much of an issue if you are getting out early for some of those deals at the stores all across central Indiana. Radar is quiet. It's going to stay quiet again throughout the day today and tomorrow. It's not until Sunday night that we bring some precipitation in. Now, when we throw the clouds on, you do see a little bit of cloud cover this morning in spots, but then out off to the east, it's clear. And so we're just going to kind of toggle back and forth between partly to mostly cloudy throughout the day today, with temperatures that'll be topping off in the upper 40s to low 50s, depending on where you are. So overall, it's a pretty decent day, seasonable temperatures and dry conditions. We'll talk more about that snow potential for Monday coming up in Maine weather in just a couple minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks. Let's take a look at traffic right now. Things have been pretty quiet so far for your Black Friday. Here's a live look at I-65 and I-465 down on the south side. Traffic is moving along up to speed, as you can see. We'll continue to keep it close on your roads around the metro area and central Indiana and let you know if there are any crashes or delays. It is 6:03. Pandemic restrictions have taken a toll on how people eat and how they shop.
So the push to shop local, Lauren, is critical to businesses really hoping to survive into next year. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson, she joins us live this morning with what's being done to keep you safe and healthy. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So we're here at Cabela's at Hamilton Town Center, where at 5 o'clock this morning we showed you there was quite a line. A lot of those shoppers wearing masks, some social distancing. So I'm here this morning with Jordan, and this is your sixth Black Friday. So tell me, how is this different, obviously, compared to past?
Sure. So, yep, this is my sixth Black Friday here at the store. This year we went ahead and spread our sales out all throughout the week. So we extended our hours to try and spread everything out over the course of the last 5 days. We also, this year, we started the same-day in-store pickup program, so customers can actually order and pick up their order in the store within 2 hours. And we also offer curbside delivery. They can pull up whatever they order. We can actually bring it out to their vehicle, so they don't actually have to come in the store if they're not comfortable doing that. Yeah, so making those transitions for all of the shoppers. Were you guys surprised to still see quite a few shoppers here this morning, or did you think it was going to be more scaled back? There was quite a few shoppers, but we have a lot of very dedicated shoppers at our store, so it wasn't a big surprise to see people, but everybody was wearing masks. They were doing their best to social distance. They were definitely doing their part for that, so that was good to see out here as well. All right, well, thank you so much for being here this morning, and good luck the rest of the day. Hopefully it stays steady for you guys. And so again, we're at Hamilton Town Center at Cabela's, and next weekend we just want to remind you that WRTV, excuse me, will be at Hamilton Town Center for our annual toy drive. You can just drive by and drop those toys off with us instead of coming all the way down to the circle. We will be here at Hamilton Town Center. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you so much. So on this Friday, a little mixed trivia on the mixed origins of the term Black Friday. Here's the history. Researchers say that back in the 1950s, Philadelphia police used the term to describe the chaos of the day between Thanksgiving and the Army-Navy football game that happened on a Saturday. But you see, shoppers and tourists would flood the city on a Friday. But the term was given birth, we believe, back in the late 1800s, following a crash on Wall Street, in fact, on September of 1869. When retailers started making a profit once again, numbers turned from red to black. It happened on a Friday, and so it was deemed Black Friday.
With COVID, it threw a lot of challenges, into the mix. So we kind of opened up in stages. So we just opened our grand opening, which was last week. And we're an 11,000 plus square foot restaurant that sits on 5 acres overlooking a 36-hole miniature golf course.
So we told you about the Westfield mini golf experience, Birdies. It opened up the golf back in the spring. Well, the owners, Kevin and Jessica Lynch, talked with us about the challenges and the opportunities they face with this new business in the pandemic. Well, now that those warmer months are coming to a close, Birdies continues to expand in stages. Their restaurant and sports bar areas now open with social distancing measures in place. But as a parent, Kevin tells me that he knows just how important it is for kids to still be able to be kids during these trying times. So they put their heads together and they took a big risk, buying tons of inflatables, lights, statues, and more so they could deck out their mini golf course for Christmas.
I love Christmas more than anything. So, we went, I think, a little overboard maybe on the decor. We've got 6-foot nutcrackers. We've got snowmen, polar bears. It's kind of cool the way we laid it out to where, you're kind of changing sceneries as you go throughout the golf course.
So they're hoping their holiday golf could become your family's new holiday tradition. Social distancing and sanitation measures are in place for everyone to stay safe. Holiday golf opens to the public for the first time today. You can learn more about this and apply for one of their open positions with Birdies by visiting their website. Just go to birdiesindy.com.
And that's where we'll find our Todd Clausen later today. Another business changing its model to stay profitable during the pandemic is Zip Dry Cleaners. The company saw a big dip in their garment count, and that's not surprising as fewer people are going to work and dressing up for those special events. So they're now offering a wash and fold service so that customers can get a break from doing laundry. They're also offering a delivery service so that you can have your laundry or dry cleaning delivered right to your door.
These new changes will be part of our everyday business. As all the bad things that happened during COVID, we're going to get a lot of good out of it. We've learned to run our business a little better. We've learned to offer new services to our customers, and they seem to be really enjoying it.
Creativity at work. Zips also turned its dry cleaning plant into a mask-making factory. Zips has 2 Indianapolis locations and 1 in Fishers in Hamilton County. The man behind this extravagant light display in Howard County is retiring after nearly 3 decades. And Lauren, I have to make up a trip to Kokomo at some point in the next couple of weeks. That's amazing.
Right, it looks so cool. And over the past 27 years, Mike Wyant lit up the north side of Kokomo at the We Care Park. The annual drive-through Christmas light display was actually featured on ABC's Great American Light Fight back in 2018. He says that he raised around $1 million for the nonprofit We Care and gave away thousands of toys. Well, now he's 75 years old, and he says he's retiring, and he's also grateful for the support of the community over the past years.
I just thank everybody for supporting me and what I believe in giving back.
Well, that is a lot of work, a labor of love, I'm sure, and the lights at Care Park will be up until December 27th. It's free to enter, but donations are always welcome, and again, the proceeds go to charity. There is hope, though, that tradition will continue in Kokomo. Mike tells us that a man bought 800,000 lights from his overstock, so while the lights might not be put up at We Care Park, he's hopeful that they'll be up somewhere next year. So go up there this year just in case, Raphael.
What a great event for a great cause. And WRTV, Lauren, wants to see your holiday cheer just like Mike's up there in Kokomo. Share a light a picture of your light display for a chance to win tickets to the Christmas Nights of Lights show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. In fact, I think, Lauren, we should give Mike Wyant some free tickets because he deserves them. But this contest, though, for you ends on December the 6th. For more information, go to WRTV.com and click on the contest tab. Your photo could also show up on the WRTV Storm Team forecast on the news at 7 in the evening.
So despite calls to limit holiday travel, airport officials say Wednesday was one of their busiest travel days since the start of this pandemic. We'll take a look at the numbers coming up.
And as we continue to wait for a vaccine to be approved, some employers are considering whether to make it mandatory. After the break, what you need to know if your company chooses to do that. But first, let's check on your Friday forecast with our own Todd Clausen. Good morning, TK.
Raphael, good morning to you and happy Friday, everybody. Today is a dry day for us. That's the good news for anything you want to do this day after Thanksgiving, whether it's doing some shopping or maybe it's doing some exercise outside. Saturday is dry as well. Sunday, though, we bring some rain in late in the day. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we're talking about the potential of a snow. And the snow chance is pretty high, as you see there on Monday. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team forecast.
Let's go to the latest now on the coronavirus pandemic and the continued impact on Hoosier lives. State health officials report more than 6,400 new coronavirus cases. Those happened between October 26th and Wednesday. To date, 318,984 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus. The state health department also confirmed 63 additional deaths related to the virus. Since March, nearly 5,300 Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. According to state data, more than 1,100 of those deaths happened this month alone. We continue to keep a close eye on our hospital preparedness as well. As of this morning, nearly 3,400 Hoosiers are hospitalized with COVID-19 or a suspected case of COVID-19. More than 21% of the state's ICU beds remain available, and 71% of the ventilators in our state are still available. Raphael?
So this is raising some eyebrows, Lauren. A mistake has led to unexpected findings in AstraZeneca's coronavirus vaccine trials. Here are the details this morning. The company says a manufacturing error led to some study participants receiving a lower dose than they were supposed to. Now, however, the error did lead to some interesting findings. The vaccine appeared to be more effective in the people that got that lower dose than those that got the full dose. The late-stage trials will now move forward with 2 groups.
Well, with the promising news of COVID-19 vaccines, employers are now weighing whether they should make them mandatory for their staff. According to OSHA, companies can legally impose a vaccine requirement. Some currently do for the flu shot, but employees do have the right to request medical or religious exemptions under anti-discrimination laws. A health expert with George Washington University says that may be the reason for employers not to mandate the vaccine. Americans have shown skepticism for COVID-19 vaccines, and evaluating exemption claims can be a long process.
So here's a big number. Delta Airlines canceling 300 Thanksgiving Day flights. That's just 1 in 5 for that airline carrier. The company said Thanksgiving was the slowest travel day with the lightest loads. Delta made the changes on Wednesday, and most passengers were put on flights within hours of their original itinerary. Meanwhile, the TSA says more than 1 million people around the country passed through airport security on Wednesday alone. That's a record number since the pandemic began. Still, that's just 40% of last year's traveler tally, which set an all-time record for days surrounding Thanksgiving. We wish that you had a great Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Todd Clausen, I want to congratulate you because you did the Turkey Dash, right? You ran for the Wheeler Mission, and congratulations on doing that.
Yeah, you know, for the past 8 years, I've always gathered with all the good folks at the Wheeler Mission in Broad Ripple for the Drumstick Dash, and over the course of the years, it became about 20 to 30,000 others running the race. Of course, this year it went virtual, so they were asking people to post the pictures of their shirts in the Drumstick Dash and to do the run on your own. So that's what I did yesterday after work, and of course, that's the biggest fundraiser for the Wheeler Mission over the course of the entire year. So always good to donate to them since I'm sure they missed out on some of the funds that they normally would get on a normal year with the drumstick dash. All right, if you're exercising today, you're in great shape. Throughout the weekend, if you're doing anything outdoors, you're just fine as well. As you look at your headlines here, Sunday night a wintry mix will develop, and then Monday's the day that we run into the most issues with the potential for some snow. Until then, though, it's a nice quiet forecast. We're in the 30s and 40s here this morning. 38 in Terre Haute, 45 is the current temperature in Indy, 44 in Martinsville, and 46 in Muncie. As we work our way throughout the morning hours, we'll go between partly to mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures will be in the 40s, 48 degrees by the time we get to the noon hour. And you see most of the state is dealing with some cloud cover right now. The clouds, though, starting to break apart here on the far western portion of the state. Across Illinois, skies are clear, and we'll have those clear skies working their way into our area as we go throughout the course of the day today. So it's not a bad day for us temperature-wise. We'll see highs climb into the mid-40s in northern locations. This is seasonable for this time of year. 49 in Frankfort, 48 in Lafayette, 47 the high temperature today in Marion in the metro area, right around 50 degrees, 52 in Martinsville. In southern locations here, we're talking about temperatures that will be in the 50s as well. Tomorrow's a bright day for us. In fact, it probably features the most sunshine in our extended forecast. It gets off to a cold start, as you see there, at 29 degrees at 8 a.m. We warm into the mid-40s tomorrow. Very pleasant with light winds as well, so it'll be great for anything you want to do outdoors. Now, let me fast forward to Monday morning here. This is at 5 a.m. We're first going to start with some rain, and then as we bring the colder air in, we're going to change the rain over to snow. This is going to be a pretty big storm system, but we're on the far western edge, and you can see the sharp cutoff with the precipitation. And the trend has been to take the storm and push it a little further off towards the east. I think the further east you are in central Indiana, the better potential Monday you'll have of seeing some decent accumulation. And then as you work your way further back off to the west, you'll definitely probably see some snow. But the question is, what's your intensity going to be like here off in western locations? Because a lot of the snow is going to fall during the daytime hours, and the ground is very, very warm. So while it could be snowing, it may not cause too much of an issue on the roadways until the sun sets across the area. So the highest potential for accumulation is likely east of Indianapolis. The mitigating factor is, again, the warm ground and the exact track of the storm system. And then Tuesday, some of you may end up picking up a little more in the way of snow on Tuesday compared to Monday as some lake effect snow bands set in. But that's more of an isolated locale, or where the band's set up in the direction off the lake, more than a widespread issue for us. As we get into next week, though, it is definitely chilly, Lauren, with temperatures only in the 30s Monday all the way through Thursday at least.
Whew. All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look at traffic as you're heading out the door this morning. We do have a little bit of an issue here, a stalled vehicle blocking part of this ramp here at the South Split. So as you are traveling through the South Split going westbound on I-70, maybe you're trying to get into downtown by using the Meridian Street ramp. You can see it right here, and that car just did that. You have to kind of go around this vehicle that's stalled, blocking the right part of that lane. We'll continue to keep you updated if there are any traffic issues right now. This is not causing any major delays. Raphael?
So Enterprise is the latest company to commit to improving racial equality. The Road Forward initiative was developed in response to the death of George Floyd. The 5-year, $55 million program will focus on 3 key areas: childhood development, youth health and wellness, and career and college preparation. Constant Gully, the CEO of Parents as Teachers, says the donation is an affirmation of the organization's mission.
We see them now, we see people. So I think that's what the corporate community can do, is see and hear people in communities that have unfortunately been literally invisible. It's an amazing affirmation of what we do and what we've been doing and where we hope to go.
So along with Parents as Teachers, Enterprise is also partnering with Girls Inc., the Obama Foundation's My Brother's Keeper Alliance, and the United Negro College Fund. The initiative will also commit $65 million to fight food insecurity. Whether you're going online to shop or maybe shopping in person, there are some tips to keep in mind during this pandemic. What you need to know and keep in mind coming up in today's Consumer Watch. And as we head outdoors on this Friday morning, Black Friday, we say good morning to Fountaintown, Fairland, Fishers, and right here to my good friends in Franklin. all great places to call home. You're watching Good Morning Indiana on WRTV.
It is 6:25 on our Black Friday. Raphael, let's chat about what is trending at 6. So, we've discussed this, me and Brooks.
Have we?
Yeah, we collect whiskey and scotch and things like that. So this is a surprise that I think it's a great surprise. A couple in New York, they got quite a surprise when they moved into their new home. Nick Drummond and Patrick Baker said that they found more than 66 bottles of scotch whiskey hidden in their walls and floorboards. The home dates back to the era of Prohibition, and it was built by a notorious bootlegger. So the couple did a little digging on the old homeowner, and now they're documenting all the history on Instagram. Look at that. As for the unopened bottles, the couple plans to sell them, and some of them are valued at $1,000. So pretty crazy.
I do think it's cool if you and Brooks did at one point just hide a couple of bottles
in our
your home
floorboards
before you moved out. Yeah, just see what the next group of folks would say. Just say, hey, wow.
They'd be like, what the heck?
This couple, no, they'd be like, this was the best couple ever to own this house.
Okay,
wow.
yeah.
Which is true. You guys are the best couple anyway. So let me now take you, Lauren, you're welcome, to Kansas. A Kansas Police K-9's morning workout is going viral. Every morning at 5, K-9 Boomer, as you can see, sprints to the treadmill. You go, Boomer. His handler says he gets in between 5 and 7 miles every day. Wow. That's what I do every morning, Lauren, right here in my living room. If that isn't impressive enough, the bomb-sniffing pup also speaks English and a bit of Espanol, a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, you guys have a lot in common.
We do.
Yeah, so cute. So you remember this guy, British Captain Sir Tom Moore. He's one of GQ magazine's Men of the Year. You may remember the World War II vet raised millions of dollars for Britain's health service early in the pandemic by walking laps around his garden. Since then, the 100-year-old's been knighted. He released a best-selling book and signed a movie deal. Next year, he'll be the oldest person to be featured on the cover of GQ magazine, which honored him with the inspiration category. Well deserved, I would say. He's great.
Well deserved. He is styling and profiling. Yes, sir.
Look at him there. Just like our own GQ Todd Clausen over here.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that story from earlier in the year. Go Tom, go. Great to see that and how active he still is. All right, outside right now we're dealing with temperatures that are in the 30s and 40s across the area. 38 in Terre Haute, 45 in Indy, 46 in Muncie. These temperatures aren't really too far below our normal high for this time of year. And here we are, 6:27 in the morning. And unfortunately, temperatures don't go up a whole lot here this afternoon. We should get into the low 50s from Indy down to Bloomington as well as Columbus, mid to upper 40s in northern locations, as skies will be partly to mostly cloudy throughout the day today. It's a dry day for us, though. That is the good news. The weekend is pretty nice, especially on Saturday. And then we have a storm system to track as we get into the day on Monday, which could bring us some snow. More on that coming up in just a few minutes, Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks. The idea of Black Friday shopping either sends a chill or a thrill down your spine. But just like everything else in 2020, this year shopping, it's going to be a bit different due to the coronavirus pandemic. So in today's Consumer Watch, Mandy Gaither guides us through holiday shopping in the age of COVID.
Mapping out your holiday shopping plans? For many, Black Friday starts the official gift-buying frenzy. And whether you're going online or braving the crowds during this pandemic, Consumer Reports has these 3 tips to make sure you have a safe and successful gift-buying experience. Number 1, start early. Just like toilet paper, some products are going to be in short supply this year. You'll also want to take advantage of deals running all the way through the holiday season. And with many expected to order online or ship things to family and friends they won't be getting together with this year, you'll want to make sure your packages arrive early. Number 2, create a budget and stick to it. It sounds simple, but with so many deals out there, it's easy to get more items than you intended and overspend. Number 3, use loyalty programs. Some stores give members early access to coupons and promos and can let you earn rewards on what you buy. So sign up for Black Friday shopping alerts and check your favorite retailer's social media for any exclusive deals ahead of Black Friday. One major change this year, stores like Target, Walmart, Kohl's, and Best Buy will be closed on Thanksgiving to discourage the crowds of eager consumers. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Black Friday, this is your 6:30 news feed. Metro Police detectives trying to figure out what led to gunfire on the city's west side that sent a man to the hospital. The shooting happened just after midnight on West 30th Street, just west of MLK. Investigators say the gunfire may have started as a domestic incident.
Dispatch Battalion 1, I'm on the scene. I was in command of a two-story ordinary construction building being used as a church. It looks like we have heavy fire through the roof.
A Thanksgiving night fire that damaged a church is now under investigation. Fire crews say this started around 11 o'clock last night at Greater Zion Fellowship Community Church. It's on Harding Street, just a little north of Birdsall Parkway. No one was inside the church at the time of the fire.
The coronavirus already interrupting the Butler men's basketball season. Butler says Sunday's game against Eastern Illinois is postponed after an initial positive test. Butler did not publicly name who tested positive, but says they are considered Tier 1 personnel. That could include student athletes, coaches, and select support staff. The team is waiting on a confirmation test, which will determine what happens next. Whomever it may be, we wish them a quick recovery, and to all those who are recovering from COVID-19. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Black Friday, November the 27th. We hope that you're getting ready, Todd and Lauren, for a great weekend.
Yes, we are excited about it, and maybe we want to soak up the moderate temperatures right now, Todd, because things are not looking that great for next week.
You know, December officially arrives on Tuesday. That's December 1st, and we are starting, even the end of November is going to go out with some snow, but the temperatures really next week are what's going to jump out at you, I think, when you see your 7-day planning forecast. A couple days before we get there, though, this morning, just cloudy skies outside right now, and temperatures that are currently sitting in the 30s and 40s across the area. 38 in Terre Haute, 45 in Indy, as well as Columbus. 42 is the current temperature up in the Peru area. You see the clouds, although the back edge and a little bit of clearings taking place now over in Terre Haute, and that clearing should work its way from west to east here this morning, but then there's another batch of clouds a little further off to the west, and that's just kind of the game plan here throughout the day today. There'll be these bands of clouds moving through. We get into a little bit of sunshine, and another band of cloud cover will move through at times, and so we'll just call it partly to mostly cloudy. The thing you don't have to worry about today is going to be any precipitation in the forecast. As far as temperatures, fairly seasonable. Our average high this time of year is 47. I think we should be able to hit 50 in between the noon and 5 o'clock hour, and then for the evening hours tonight we'll be in the 40s. We'll talk more about the snow potential for next week and those cold temperatures that we alluded to coming up in Maine weather in just a couple minutes.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. We told you about this traffic alert heading into the downtown area. This is the South Split, and we're looking at the camera as you're going westbound I-70 out of the South Split, and you're maybe getting off there at Meridian Street, getting into downtown. You can see the flashing lights there on the right lane of that ramp. We had a stalled vehicle over there, and it looks like we have another vehicle assisting at the scene, so you'll just need to use caution if you're trying to get off on Meridian Street. Take it slow, go around them, give them plenty of space, and then you can still use the exit ramp as it's not completely blocked. No delays right now in this area, but of course we will keep you updated. Well, Raphael, the holiday shopping season is officially underway, and this year more than ever, we know small businesses in our area, they're hoping that you'll remember them and support them.
And as you know, Lauren, our Rebound Indiana initiative focuses on helping you and businesses across Indiana get through this pandemic. WRTV's Amanda Starantino, she traveled right here to Johnson County, and she talked to some shop owners explaining why tomorrow, Saturday, it matters to shop local.
It's definitely not my favorite year. It's been a little bit of a struggle.
We ended up closing our doors, I think it was March 13th, and we just had to get very creative with what we were doing.
For many, this year has been tough, and small businesses got hit hard with the pandemic closures and restrictions, forcing many owners to do whatever they can to stay afloat.
It's just been a constant, rebalancing game, refocusing, thinking about new ways to do things. it's hard every day to kind of come and make up a new thing. And how do I change my business from something that has been working to what fits in today's society? So we're all under a lot of strain to adjust and pivot.
Whatever we can do to continue to bring in funding is what we have to do, and we just have to struggle through it.
Without the Small Business Association's COVID response loans, the Paycheck Protection Program, and the Economic Injury Disaster loans, a lot of small businesses that spoke to us say they would not have been able to survive to this point.
It was the most difficult year I've ever had to manage. For us personally, it was more of a staffing issue, trying to keep everybody that you wanted employed, and then that way when you reopen, that everybody was available to you. As long as they wanted to come back and felt comfortable, we retained all of our employees.
And the SBA is urging shoppers to continue to support them so these stores can continue to stay in our communities.
So I think it's really important if you want to see those small businesses stay in your community, which, you know, they're the lifeblood of that community. They hire folks locally. You know, they support the local sports programs and sports teams. They are entrenched in these communities, and we need them to survive. They employ 50% of all Hoosiers from small businesses.
Statistics from American Express's Small Business Saturday website show 62% of small business owners need to see consumer spending back at pre-pandemic levels by the end of the year, or they won't survive. Shopping local is just a small price to pay for quality that you simply cannot find online.
Considering we're a full-service shop, you can't get service online. You can't touch the product. You don't have the communication with another person who actually knows what they're doing. If you shop too much online, we might not be here anymore. So who's going to service your bike?
And the last Yelp Local Economic Impact Report shows that in the wake of COVID-19 changing the way stores and restaurants must operate, Yelp says they see both permanent and temporary closures rise across the nation, with 60% of those closed businesses not reopening. That is almost 100,000 businesses that are now closed for good across the U.S.
We just go day by day. That's all you can really do right now, and see how things turn out for you.
Many Hoosier small businesses are asking shoppers this year to support their neighbors, shop small, and put your community first so we can all rebound together.
We're just really trying to say this has to be a way of life. If you love having a thriving community and downtown shopping district, places to eat, you have to think of them first.
Part of it is your community and the community getting together and saying this is an important place. This is something that we have gone to all our lives, and we need to keep it going.
I just would like everybody to know that every time they shop small, they really are encouraging the business owners in a way that they might not realize. By responding to the efforts that we've made either on social media or advertising and coming in and actually shopping with us, it means the world to us.
Working for you in Johnson County, Amanda Starrentino, WRTV News.
Amanda, thank you. Store managers and owners say to shop early this year, especially if you have anything you need to order because of the supply chain issues and shipping times slower with COVID-19 restrictions in place. It is 6:38. We'll be right back after this short break.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. This Black Friday, Lauren, deals and discounts continue to bring out a lot of shoppers.
That's right. Our own Kelsey Anderson is joining us live with the efforts to get you to shop while being safe and healthy. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So we're here at Cabela's at Hamilton Town Center, where we showed you earlier this morning dozens of shoppers out here getting those best bargains that they can. But we want to remind you, during this holiday season, it's important that you shop local and shop those small businesses, because they say this year right now it's make or break for their business.
Small Business Saturday is really huge for Studio 949, and we're not really sure what to anticipate this year.
Mary Buckmeyer owns Studio 949 in Fortville. She says this is normally their biggest weekend.
So yeah, we're really normally excited. We have a huge open house and hot cider and all that. And of course this year we're not going to be able to do any of that.
So now she's making her boutique available online.
My goal was never to really be an online boutique. I like women coming in and, being able to try on and us putting an entire outfit together. But with COVID-19, it's really impacted us to go online.
Right next door, Allison Rose is getting ready for what she hopes is a big weekend at her shop time and again.
It's been nice to be able to be open and see the face. Even though I can't see their whole faces, it's been nice to see my customers again.
She urges shoppers to skip the big box stores this weekend and shop small.
You're not necessarily going to find what you're going to find in a store versus online.
And both store owners say this month is make or break for their business.
Come shop Fortville. Yeah, come see us. It's a sink or swim situation for us, especially because of COVID. There are a lot of us that are really worried that we aren't going to make it past Christmas. I can speak honestly for myself, and I can speak honestly for several people on this street. We're worried. So if we would love to see all of our customers come out and support. Even if they can't come in, do it online.
So Time and Again and Studio 949 are open this weekend. Plus they have their online, and there's also several other stores along Main Street in Fortville and locally owned restaurants that you could visit. So they are urging you to come out and shop Fortville if you can this weekend. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Shop local throughout central Indiana. Thank you so much, Kelsey. After a hectic year, with the pandemic and, of course, the elections, the Postal Service is now recommending that you mail your holiday gifts as early as possible, like right now. The week of December the 14th is expected to be the busiest time for mailing, shipping, and delivery. A record number of online shoppers and shopping is pushing the Postal Service to expand Sunday deliveries. Mail carriers will also be delivering Priority Mail Express packages on Christmas Day, but for an extra fee. If you are sending first-class mail, the recommended deadline to ship that is December the 18th. Now, starting December the 19th, it is recommended that you use Priority Mail to make sure that your packages arrive before Christmas. The Postal Service's social media sites have tips and how-to videos for the latest information on all of your holiday shopping needs. Lauren?
Raphael, it was still Thanksgiving, even though they couldn't eat together as they usually do. Coming up, how one group was not going to let this pandemic interrupt their annual community get-together. Todd.
And Lauren, the warmest high temperature I have in my 7-day planning forecast is 51 degrees. That is today. The coolest high temperature I have is 33 degrees, and that comes in next week. The transition from the warmth to the cold also brings the chance of accumulating snow on Monday. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team Forecast.
It is 6:46 on your Friday. We know many Thanksgiving traditions look different this year, and that included one down in Johnson County where people had to work hard to adapt so that hundreds of people would have holiday meals.
Lauren, it was great to visit with these volunteers here in Johnson County. So let me take you just down the road here to the Johnson County Fairgrounds outside of Scott Hall, where a lot of Hoosiers picked up their Thanksgiving dinners. Take a look. 2 long lines of vehicles showed that the level of need in this pandemic is high this year. Now, typically hundreds of people have their meals together inside of Scott Hall at the fairgrounds. That, of course, was not possible this year because of the pandemic. Instead, around 50 volunteers prepared, packaged, and passed out meals for Hoosiers to take back home.
No, we're not hugging, we're not shaking hands. I don't even think we're fist pumping, which seemed to be in vogue a few months ago. But we're doing our best to try to fulfill our mission to the community, which is to serve a community meal on Thanksgiving Day.
Those volunteers handed out at least 1,500 meals on Thursday. Nearly 400 of those meals were delivered to people unable to drive to the fairgrounds. And also a big shout out to the Moselle Sanders Foundation that also delivered and handed out thousands of meals in Indianapolis yesterday. Another great organizer and cause here in central Indiana. The WRTV Toy Drive is now underway. You can drop off new unwrapped gifts at several used store locations. We'll also be collecting items at Indianapolis area Simon Malls on December the 5th. That's next weekend. Come on out and see us. For more information, go to WRTV.com/toy toy drive. It's going to be a great event, Todd Clausen, and so hopefully you'll join us for that. But our focus right now is on the Friday forecast.
Yeah, the Friday forecast is a decent one. Anytime you get to the end of November, if you can get to temperatures that are going to be at or just a little bit above normal, I think you're in pretty good shape, and that's what we're going to do throughout the day today. Now, there is a little bit of cloud cover this morning. It's not going to be the best sunrise that we have seen, but nonetheless, I do think we will work some sunshine into the forecast today, something we could not do yesterday. 45 in Indy right now, 48's the current temperature in Shelbyville as we work our way throughout the day today. Well, again, we'll toggle between clouds at times, and then we'll work a little bit of sunshine in from time to time. But ultimately, I think the clouds will start to win out later on this afternoon. Temperatures, again, they don't really do a whole lot throughout the day today, but we should get up into the low 50s here for your afternoon highs. As far as our average highs go, we should be in the upper 40s. So we're going to be a couple degrees above normal later on today. Here's the cloud cover that's in place right now, but you do notice some clearer skies working their way into western Indiana and then into central Illinois. But there's still more clouds off to our west, and those will start to come in here at times throughout the course of the day today. But you don't have to worry about any precipitation. It's a pretty quiet weather pattern as of right now across the area. This evening, Friday night, you may have plans, may continue to shop. Temperatures in the 40s with partly cloudy skies, no real issues. And as far as your weekend goes, tomorrow's a great day, seasonable with plenty of sunshine. Sunday, the clouds increase. Temperature gets up to 49 degrees. Once we get to Sunday night and Monday, that's when things get very interesting across the area. Pretty big storm system is going to develop. There's two areas of low pressure. The main one along the coast, which is the stronger one, and then an upper level area of low pressure, which is typically weaker. We're going to be dealing with the weaker one. And what's going to happen, and what usually happens with a lot of these coastal systems, is the stronger low, once it develops and gets stronger, it pulls a lot of this moisture off to the east very, very quickly. And we're already on the far western edge of this storm system, and that is going to result in heavier snows probably being across Ohio instead of Indiana. With that said, though, I do think many of us will see our first accumulating snow of the season. It's just not going to be a huge storm for us, I don't think, across the area. We'll give you a little bit of a closer look. Monday morning, it starts off as a little bit of rain, and then as we pull in the colder air, we transition over to snow. It becomes pretty windy as well, so Monday's not going to be a very pleasant day. The higher snowfall totals, which is probably going to be several inches, is going to be across eastern portions of the state. Then as you work your way westward, the snowfall totals will come down. You have to keep in mind the ground is really, really warm, so while it may start to accumulate on grassy areas, the roads will probably be in decent shape on Monday, I think, throughout the day until sunset. After sunset, it's a different story. Kyle will fine-tune that forecast for you throughout the course of the weekend, but next week is really, really cold with high temperatures only in the 30s. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic in the downtown area. We still have this disabled vehicle blocking part of the ramp as you're going westbound on I-70 through the South Split and wanting to get off on Meridian Street. You can see we have police officers there assisting now. You can still use the Meridian Street ramp. However, you'll need to use caution, give them plenty of space, and take it very slow as you get off on that exit. You can also head up just less than a mile to West Street and use that as a detour. No delays here this hour. We'll be right back with more news just after the break. And it is time to wrap up our work week with some good news. And this is certainly good news for one community who lost its holiday parade due to the pandemic.
So, Lauren, you see the city of Greenfield had to cancel its parade of lights this year, but those lights will still shine. Greenfield's Park and Recreations Department is going to light up Pennsy Trail for a drive-through Christmas display. Now, the trail is normally not open to motor vehicles, but they will make an exception this holiday season. Displays will be open December the 18th and December the 18th from 6 until 8 p.m. on each night. So enjoy the lights there in Greenfield.
Looks like it'll be really pretty, Raphael. So imagine waking up to your social media notifications exploding, and it's because of one of the most famous composers of all time decided to sing your song.
Why not? Because that did happen this Thanksgiving morning when one gentleman, he woke up, looked at his Twitter account, and saw this.
The winner of this little competition has to be Lou Harry, who suggested Zoom changes everything. Anyway, for you, Lou, here we go with Zoom. Zoom changes everything. handsome faces, earth and sky.
Wow, that's Andrew Lloyd Webber, composer of The Phantom of the Opera and many other musical hits on Broadway. He's singing a song submitted by Indianapolis' own Lou Harry. Now, Lou is a playwright, a journalist, and a podcast host. He submitted the tune after Mr. Webber put out a worldwide call for Thanksgiving song suggestions. That's why when you get an opportunity, give it a try. You never know what's going to happen. Wow, right?
That would be quite the surprise. That's pretty cool. Oh, man. Well, someone whose social media is probably blowing up every morning, Todd, especially maybe this coming Monday.
Yeah, you know, whenever that S word comes out, there tends to be a little more action there on the social media. We're quiet here today, partly to mostly cloudy skies, 51. Tomorrow's a real nice day, mostly sunny, 47. Monday, rain changing to snow, accumulation likely across parts of the area at least, and then very cold much of next week.
All right, Todd, thanks, and thank you for joining us. We're back here in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America. Have a safe and fun Black Friday. Thanks for being with us.